What's up, guys, gals, and duel fans everywhere? It's TCG Yugi here, back again with a deck profile of my Dark Magicians. I have loved this deck ever since I saw Yugi and the Pharaoh use this all the way back in the original series of Yu-Gi-Oh! Very, very warmed my heart. Love it with all my heart and soul. I've put as much time as I have known Yu-Gi-Oh! Into Dark Magician decks from the beginning of time to now with the great support that they have. So without further ado, let's get on with the deck profile, starting off with the monsters. I'm going to be playing the main man himself, Dark Magician, at 3. No other explanation needed. Best card in the deck, hands down. You need 3. Next, I am playing 3 copies of Apprentice Illusion Magician. Apprentice Illusion Magician is just an extra extender that I like to play. Very good card at 3. You do not want to play 2. You do not want to play 1. I've seen some builds play 2, but I like to go for the 3 to maximize seeing her and getting Dark Magician into my hand as fast as possible. The next 3 cards are going to be the best normal summon in the deck. Magician's Rod allows you to search your Dark Magical Circles, your Eternal Souls, your Magician Navigations, or any other spell or trap card that lists Dark Magician in the text below. The next 2 cards, I hate seeing this card, but it's a necessary bad for the deck, I should say. And that is Magician of Dark Illusion. I hate seeing this card, but it's like I said, it's a necessary bad for the deck. You need it at 2. I've also tested playing it at 1, but time will progress and we'll see if we get any more new support of a Rake 7 monster so that we can minimize playing Magician of Dark Illusion and maximize playing a better version of this card. Only time will tell, but 2 is definitely necessary for me in my build. I am playing 1 Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. No other explanation needed. It's for your Spellbook engine to get to your knowledge and into your secrets to draw more cards and get better cards. And then for the hand traps, I'm only playing 3. I'm playing 2 Ash Blossom and 1 Droll Lockbird. I would like to maximize playing Droll Lockbird at 2, but I do not own a second Droll Lockbird, so I'm just playing it at 1 for now, but this will go up to 2. I'd rather play this over Ash Blossom at 2, but I would like to play both of them at 2. And that is the monster count. On to the spell cards. We have 3 Dark Magical Circle. Literally no explanation needed if you've ever played Dark Magician or been played against Dark Magician. Dark Magical Circle allows you to tutor out your Dark Magicians from your deck and your Eternal Souls and Magician Navigations from your deck. So this is literally the best searcher in your deck, other than Magician's Rod being the top searcher, being able to summon it and automatically grab whatever you want, being the Circle, the Eternal Soul, or the Navigation, depending on the situation that you're in. For other Dark Magician-esque spell cards, we play 1 Dark Magic Inheritance, 1 Illusion Magic, 1 Dark Magic Attack, and 1 Eye of Timaeus. I feel one of each of these is the perfect balance of Dark Magician-esque spell cards for the deck. You do not need 2 of any of these 1 cards. They're all great 1-ofs. The only one I would recommend bumping up to 2 is the Dark Magic Inheritance. It's a very good beginning play if you can open up with your Spellbook of Secrets and your Knowledge. So if you can go Secrets into Knowledge and then tribute off a Magician Rod, this card comes in handy as a first turn play, or better known for its late game ability to pick up anything extra that you need that your opponent may have destroyed earlier in the duel that you need to get into one of your combo pieces. This is a great card for that. So this is literally the only card that I would think about even bumping up to 2. Eye of Timaeus being the second. Eye of Timaeus is a very good card for a card in the extra deck known as the Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. Very good card, allows you to make the lock with Eternal Soul. But these are the Dark Magician spell cards. On to the other spell cards to help us out. We have our Draw Engine being the Spellbook Engine with Secrets and Knowledge. Knowledge allows you to tribute off those Magician's Rods to get those into the graveyard to reuse Rod, or tributing off your blue boy that you use to summon and search one of these. So that is the draw engine of the deck. Very self-explanatory. For Recursion Reborn cards, we play 1 Soul Charge and 1 Monster Reborn. These 2 cards are very, very, very good in the deck. I cannot explain how good Game Charge is and how good Game Reborn is. Literally, when you activate these 2 cards, they both trigger off your Dark Magical Circle because you normally want to go for the Dark Magic Special Summon. And then this just makes great boards for later turns, allowing you to also banish with Circle. This card is probably the second best spell card in the entire deck. Those are the spells. On to the traps. We play 3 Eternal Soul, literally the combo maker of the deck. You can special summon Dark Magician from your hand or your deck, or search a Dark Magic attack or Thousand Knives. I don't run Thousand Knives. It's not needed. You have enough monster and spot removal in this deck. You don't need Thousand Knives because it only allows you to destroy a monster, while as in Circle allows you to banish anything that's on the field. So Thousand Knives is not needed, but it allows you to get into that Dark Magic attack, allowing you to have that Harpy's Feather Duster to blow away your opponent's spell and trap cards and blow away their back row, allowing you to just continue with your combo plays and potentially OTKing. This deck has a very good potential at OTKing depending on what kind of setup you have in your opening hand or mid-game. The next 3 traps are going to be Magician Navigation. Pretty self-explanatory. Allows you to negate a card if you have Dark Magician on your field. Allows you to banish it from your grave and negate a spell and trap on the field. Or you use it for its primary effect to special summon a Dark Magician that you have in your hand and any other spellcaster that's level 7 or lower from the deck. So that being another Dark Magician, another Illusion Magician, a Rod, an Apprentice Illusion Magician, even Blue Boy can be special with this, I do believe. It probably can't. No, any other Dark Spellcaster. So anything but Droll Lockbird and Ash Blossom and Blue Boy can be special summoned from your deck off of Navigation. From there, we're playing 3 Storming Mirror Force. I like maximizing myself on my Storming Mirror Forces just because when people go into extra links and you only have a Dark Magician and you sit with this card, you're still sitting pretty because they use all their resources and you flip over Storming Mirror Force and they just want to scoop. I play 2 Solemn Strike and a Judgment. I do not play the Warning at this time because of the new time rule. Losing life points in this deck, even because this deck is not the most consistent deck, you want to not be using all your life points with that new time rule. So if you're going into game 3, I normally side out 1 strike and just keep 1 strike and 1 judgment just because of time if I'm too worried about going over into time. And then the last card is Skill Drain. Literally a god card to this deck because it shuts down everything else but Blue Eyes and Red Eyes and other Dark Magician decks that you may come across. And they rarely are played unless you're going to locals. So that's why Skill Drain could be bad, but it's still good because they can't use their other effects to tutor out into their cards. But Dark Magician in itself, when you tutor out, allows you to banish cards if you have Circle on the field already. So Dark Magician, I believe, has the best Skill Drain abuse out of the 3 decks. Those are the trap cards and the rest of the main deck. Let us get on to the side deck with 2 Called by the Graves. I don't run 3 because I want to maximize myself on other cards I can play. I run 2 Mind Crush, not 3, for the same reason as Called by the Grave. I run 3 copies of Anti-Spell to hurt... oh, that isn't evenly matched. Let's go with the 3 Anti-Spells. On more with that. Sky Strikers. Let's see. Pendulum Magician. They all hate this card. Literally, they scoop when they see this card most of the time. Unless they have something to get around it like a Cosmic Cyclone or Twin Twister. Then, 2 evenly matched. I would play a 3rd copy if I had one. But 2 is still a good ratio due to the card that I'm going to show you next. Which is Rivalry of the Warlords. Literally allows you to shut down your opponent because you summon out a spellcaster. All your cards are spellcaster. They go into the extra links with Goki. They can't extra link anymore because they can only control 1 type of monster on board. We play the 3rd best hand trap, Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. And then our Kaiju God card and the Winged Dragon of Raw Spear Mode at 2. And that is the side deck. Side deck is all up to personal preference. This is just the side deck that I find most optimal at my locals and playing with the people that I play with. On to the extra deck. I play the 1 copy of Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. Very self-explanatory. Probably your boss monster. Protect the castle type card that you want to protect the most. Allows you to create the lock with Eternal Soul, keeping your spell and traps untargetable and keeping him untargetable due to Eternal Soul. Then for the Exceeds, we play 2 Illusion Magician, Ebon Illusion Magician, Big Eye, Galaxy Tomahawk, and Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. I'm cutting down one of these when I get my Borlo Dragon to 1. Big Eye, stealing your opponent's monsters is always good. Galaxy Tomahawk, creating tokens is also very good. And the Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon with the new time rule, you go out into this in game 3, and your opponent literally is scared to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Closer to the end of time in the round. So that's why I still continue to play Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon when I see others drop this from their build. I feel that this is still a great card to play in the extra deck due to the new time rule. Then for our Link monsters, 2 Link Spider, very self-explanatory, combos off with Eternal Soul and your Dark Magician, only needing a normal monster to summon it out. So you go Link Spider over Dark Magician, then you resummon out your Dark Magician with Eternal Soul, go into more plays with either Eye of Timaeus or going into extra Link plays. I play the 1 Wee Witch's Apprentice. Very good card. Boosts all your dark monsters by 400 attack and defense, and that is most of the cards in the deck. And it has 2 arrows, and it's only a Link 2 monster. So a very good generic Link 2. For the Nightmares, we play the 1 Unicorn, the 1 Griffin, the 1 Phoenix, and the 1 Cerberus. I do not play Goblin. I do not feel Goblin is all that great for the deck, but I have tested it with a Goblin on DevPro and Dueling Book, is what it's now called. RIP Dueling Network. But I have opted to go with Griffin instead of the Goblin. Then for our Link 4s, we've got 1 Saruja Skulldread and 1 Firewall Dragon to round out the extra deck. Borlo Dragon to come soon in this deck. Over the 2 Ebon Illusion Magicians, I will be dropping it down to 1 and playing a Borlo Dragon instead. So that is the extra deck, and that is the deck profile. Now I'm going to show you a couple cards that you could play in the deck to help better the deck. 3 copies of Secret Village of Spellcasters in either the side or main deck is a very good card. I am not running it at the moment because I'm running Anti-Spell, and I only have this 1 copy as a common, so that is the only reason why I'm not playing this, or I would definitely take out the Anti-Spells and play this over Anti-Spell, because it still allows me to play my spell cards instead of hindering me from playing my spell cards like Anti-Spell does. Other cards you can play are the Virus cards. The Virus cards are very good because you can combo off with Eternal Soul and the Virus cards and not lose anything, and your opponent lose a lot of cards that they need. So the Virus cards are also very, very helpful for the deck. Another card, again, is Solemn Warning. If you're not afraid of the time rule, Solemn Warning is a very good card. Cosmo Brain, you would definitely run 2 of these. And I don't have the super rare that came out in Cybernetic Horizon. But Cosmo Brain is a great standalone card even without it. I don't feel it's necessary to be played in the deck, but I do like it and have considered playing it. And then for the last card that you could possibly run is an Ebon High Magician. Ebon High Magician allows you to activate those trap cards like Eternal Soul and Navigation from your hand while having him on the field. Very good card. But I have opted to take him out due to extra deck space being very, very tight. And that is the deck profile, everyone. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Tell me how you like the deck. Constructive criticism is always great and appreciated very much because, again, This is how I play the deck profile and how I play the deck. If any feedback you have would be very, very helpful to me. Maybe I missed a couple cards that you could possibly play in the deck that combo very well with the deck. But this is how I'm playing the deck for now. This is how I like it. Use my deck as a skeleton. You can also replicate it if you liked every card that I was playing. You could replicate it. But just use my deck as a skeleton to what you could play. Not everyone has to play the same cards. So use my deck as a skeleton. Have fun building the deck. It's a very fun deck. I would not recommend taking this to a YCS and trying to top it at a YCS because it will not happen. But at your locals and even the regional level, it is a very good deck and very fun, heart of the cards-esque deck, because when you pull that card that you need, you feel like Yugi summoning out Dark Magician and playing in the anime like he did and having those great Yugi type moments. But this is TCG Yugi signing off. Thanks for watching.